Taliban is changed, Taliban is moderate, Taliban cares for women, Taliban is cute, Taliban is generous. This is the line liberals across the country are parroting to legitimize a medieval era, barbaric terror outfit that has committed unspeakable acts of atrocities and violence over the ordinary Afghans in its near 3 decades of existence. NDTV, the champion of the Islamo-leftists, has taken the onus upon itself to whitewash the crimes of Taliban. Unlike its Magazine Award winner journalist Ravish Kumar, who at least sent lanats to the bullet of Taliban, the new breed of NDTV journalists is unashamedly serenading Taliban. Hi and welcome. This is TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Sohil, and in this video, I will tell you how NDTV has taken the onus upon itself to whitewash the crimes of the Taliban. So, let's begin. Ever since the Taliban breached the capital city of Kabul and took control of Afghanistan, the Taliban apologists here in India have got down to promoting the myth that a moderate version of Taliban is in the offing. Elaborate PR machinery has swung into action, with the leading perpetrator being NDTV, India's finest left Islamic terror propaganda channel. Known leftist and a Congress stooge, Srinivasan Jain ran a lengthy bulletin enumerating the points that made the terror outfit good Taliban. From showing how Taliban spokesperson went on a TV channel to give an interview to a female anchor to one Taliban commander, allowing healthcare women to continue doing their jobs, NDTV heaped praises on the benevolence of the Taliban. This is the same NDTV that a few days ago gave a platform to Taliban spokesperson Muhammad Sohail Shaheen to whitewash the terror outfit's crimes. In his interview with NDTV, Shaheen rubbished the reports about 22 surrendered Afghanistan security forces personnel being shot dead by the Talibani terrorists. Shaheen told the channel, "There is no case of our people killing those who have surrendered." The Taliban spokesperson also absolved his organization from its involvement in the murder of award-winning photojournalist Danish Siddiqui, stating that the Reuters journalist was killed during the crossfire and the Taliban could not be held accountable for the same. While the likes of NDTV conduct a full-blown PR campaign to legitimize the terror outfit, one of the first women governors in Afghanistan, Salima Mazari, who took up arms to fight the Taliban, has reportedly been captured. Reports say the woman leader has been captured by the Taliban after the terrorists gained control over the entire nation and the Afghan leadership. Moreover, the Taliban have blown up the statue of a Shiite militia leader, Abdul Ali Mazari, who had fought against them during Afghanistan's civil war in the 1990s. Mazari was a champion of Afghanistan's ethnic Hazara minority, Shiites who were persecuted under the Sunni Taliban's earlier rule. After destroying the 2 Buddhist statues in Bamiyan in its first iteration of the rule, Taliban has started in a similar way. With the world's attention on its actions, the Taliban is sending its officials to present a moderate view in front of the media. Propaganda videos where Taliban barbarians are seen riding amusement park rides and using gym equipment for the first time have been released. All this is being done to portray the humane side of the terror outfit, and the naive liberals and left outlets of the country are amplifying the Taliban's carefully curated line like useful idiots. Propaganda portal The Wire's journalist Arfa Khanum Sherwani took to Twitter to share an interview with one Ghazala Wahab, where the 2 super intellectuals wantonly gelled over the semantics of insurgent and terrorist, whilst ultimately concluding that Taliban should be called as insurgents, since it is good for the optics, sounds toned down, and helps create a pitch for the Taliban to be sold as an alternative amongst the extremists here in India. Ghazala Wahab said, "I call them, as in the Taliban, insurgents because while they use the help of terrorists towards upturning governments, just because they are spreading terror and oppressing women, to say they do not have stakes in the area is foolish." Arfa did not stop there and used her tried and tested tactics to deviate the attention from the Taliban by bringing the right wing of the country into the conversation and ultimately blaming it for the bad that has happened in Afghanistan or might happen here in India. She tweeted, "Right wing is mocking and trolling Indian Muslims because Taliban have taken over Kabul. Even the worst human tragedies and miseries are just an opportunity for them. Shame on you, Sanghis." Meanwhile, after the Taliban conducted a press conference, the Indian left liberal cabal went gung-ho and started to take digs at the Prime Minister of the country. The hatred for one man is such that they consider the Taliban as a benchmark, a terror outfit that will not waste a heartbeat to kill the lot of them. if found in Afghanistan living their life under the liberties enshrined by the Constitution of India? Liberals have tried to portray the Taliban as benevolent because they said sorry after killing Danish Siddiqui. They are civil because their gun-wielding spokespersons conduct press conferences. They are generous because they are allowing few women healthcare workers to work with minimal contact with their male counterparts. Oh, the death of rational thinking, and what's more worrying is that it's not even been a week since the Taliban captured Kabul. The liberals have already made them heroes. One cannot even fathom how unashamedly they will continue to do so in the coming days, weeks, and months.